Now, our next guest is pretty famous. He's been on the Footy Show. He's been on commercials just like this one.
Jesse, you mentioned Favola before. Yeah, well, he topped the goal scoring with 89, beating Brown from Brisbane with 78, and Revolt from the Saints with 68. Fourth for Hawthorn's Buddy Franklin.
Anyone can be a footy expert with the Sunday Times AFL Footy Cards.
That's the way it is. Welcome, Jesse Dart, please. Give him a round of applause in the studio. Jesse, welcome to the couch.
I'm honoured to be here.
I'm glad you did want to be here, because otherwise we wouldn't have you here.
No.
Now tell me the Jesse story, because how old are you?
I'm 8.
8 years old. And do you feel like you're a lot more grown up than most 8-year-olds?
Well, sometimes I feel that, and sometimes I feel I'm just ordinary sometimes.
What sort of stuff do you do every day that makes you ordinary?
Everyday life, I get up early,
Yeah.
I go to school,
Yeah.
and on Friday nights I play with my teenage friend Hunter,
Yeah.
and then
What do you play?
we just play all sorts of stuff. We play Xbox together.
Yeah.
We play Cops and Robbers, which is like a cop game outside. We have lots of fun doing that. And
So you do pretty normal 8-year-old things, but on top of that, you actually do things like the Footy Show. I believe you were on that maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times.
How did you get that gig? How did they get you there?
Well, as you showed on the beginning clip, that was Sam and I on the.
See, there you are, there on the TV now. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago.
Where did he see you? Where did you see Sam?
Down in King Square.
Yeah.
And we just came out from the movies after watching Shrek 3, which I'd always wanted to see.
Yeah.
And then I think we were walking outside the square. We were going to take the path down to the station where the old hotel was.
Yep.
And so then Dad pointed out, "Hey, who do you think that is?" And I was like, "Could you please tell me?" And he was like, "It's Sam Newman." He said, "Sam Newman, he goes on the Footy Show, so do you want to be on Street Talk?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what it is anyway."
So what was it like when Sam was talking to you? Excited?
Well, I was extremely nervous and extremely excited.
Really? You didn't look nervous?
No, well...
And then what did they do? Did they ask you to go to Melbourne and do the Footy Show as well?
Yeah, I think I got a phone call from a guy called Ben from Channel 9.
Oh, right, Ben, yeah, I know him, yes.
He asked me to come over and do it.
Yep.
And
was it exciting? Because I noticed you, the lights, the cameras, all those people. Look at it there. It was fantastic. You told me you tumbled over the set. Is that true?
Yes.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't honestly know how. I don't know.
You just fell over.
And
were you embarrassed?
Yes, I think there might have been a cord that I tripped over.
Oh, occupational health and safety. So you're really popular because you know heaps about football.
Yes.
Okay? I know you're on the TV. We'll talk about your Sunday Times gig in a sec. But tell me, I want your opinion of the so far. Can you tell us how the footy's going this year?
Well, the footy's been...
Look at that camera there, so it looks really professional.
It's had some huge surprises this season. The major sliders this season have been Adelaide Crows. I mean, if you remember last year, I think they were like 5th or 6th and they got in the finals before they lost to Essendon in the elimination final.
Yeah, and what do you reckon, the Adelaide Crows aren't going to do well this year?
Well, they're just not getting any set plays. They're not passing it around to each other and doing it properly.
And what about Richmond? Do you reckon they've done any better since they've taken our Ben Cousins?
No, Ben Cousins has made them worse.
Really? Do you reckon he's played worse this year? Tell me a secret. Why do you reckon that is?
That's a tough one to tell you,
What, he's an idiot?
I'd rather keep that to myself.
Well, that's very professional.
To you, King.
Thank you very much. And what about the Dockers and Eagles? Tell me how you reckon the Eagles are going this year.
Well, Eagles have I've got one word to describe them, and it starts with S.
S, is that sad?
No, it's sucking.
Sucking, I'm glad it was sucking because I thought you were going to say a 4-letter word. So the Eagles suck, you reckon?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're just not getting enough plays. They're not passing the ball around to each other.
Is it John Worsfeld's fault? You reckon they need a better coach? Because we've got some Eagles supporters in here, they might want some advice. What do you reckon they need to do to maybe get as good as the Dockers?
Well, I think they need to put John Worsford in the coach's course, definitely.
Oh, yes. I agree with you. Why is that?
Well, he's just not learning from the losses.
Yeah? What should he be doing? What do you reckon he should be doing? Moving players? Getting rid of some...
moving players, definitely.
What, to other teams?
No, not other team players. Just he should be making... Here's a strategy, and I hope Worsfold's not watching so he doesn't listen to me. he needs to make players run. He needs to make his players, if it's the backline players, for example, fullback, who is Hearn, I think.
Yep.
Make him run down the forward, make him zoom down the forward line away from his opponent, and then the opponent will have to follow.
All right.
But that's also a bit dangerous because do you know what happened? If the opponent doesn't follow and there's a counter attack, plop, there's no one else back. There's one guy there.
And they lose the ball and they can't defend.
Go.
You're pretty talented. I know the floor manager's telling us to wrap it up. We're going to give you another 4 minutes, and I know why we're going to give you 4 minutes, but that's all right. We'll give you another 4 minutes. But with the Dockers, tell me where you think they're going.
Well, they are going on a major high. They've broken so many hoodoos this year.
Yeah.
Winning at the Gabba.
Yep, that was an amazing game. They've never won there.
Yep. No goals conceded in the last quarter in the first 2 rounds against Essendon and Adelaide.
Yep. Tell me your prediction of what's going to happen with the Dockers at the end of the season. Look at that camera again.
I think the Dockers may have a bit of a slide late in the season. I think they might end around the 7 or 8 mark.
Do you think that guy that had a bit of a slide a couple of weeks ago is going to cause that?
No.
What's his name again, the one with the few problems?
Johnson.
Oh, that's his name. I forgot all about him.
Michael Johnson, well...
What, do you reckon he was pretty silly doing what he was doing?
Oh, certainly. I think
what's going to happen
the whole nation audience would agree with what I just said.
What, do you reckon he's an idiot?
No, not an idiot.
Oh,
I think, if you remember correctly, the Dockers have a leadership group of Pavlich and all the McFarlane and them.
The senior players.
And Michael Johnson was on the leadership group. You've got to be joking me.
Well, so what do you reckon they should do with him? Take him out and whip him? Lock him up in his boot? Send him to the Eagles?
Probably the best option. But he was a good player. If you remember, I think it was
he is
late.
a good player, just makes mistakes.
I think it was late last season where we lost to Richmond by 3 points. Johnson scored that horrific goal. He was actually
he's a
being
wonderful
held.
player.
He's being like cuffed. And he just went like, zzz.
So you reckon we got to keep him?
Keep him.
Yeah, you reckon keep him?
It's a first offence, and it's only his first strike under the AFL's controversial drug laws.
Yes. You know a lot about this at your 8 years of age. How do you learn all of this stuff?
Well, for my birthday, this is because of Dad. Dad gets me the 2010 team coach cards each year.
Yep.
The album and the complete box set. So I read all the stats from that, and I just watch the footy.
You watch the Footy Show on Channel 9, I bet?
No, too late.
Oh, so what do you watch? Just to watch the games that
I
play?
just watch the games, and I analyse it with Dad when I'm at his house for a sleepover.
Yep. Pretty good. Now tell me about the finals. Who do you reckon is going to be the top four? Tell me the top 4. Yep.
Finals.
Yep.
That's a hard one.
Who's going to be the top 4 teams in the grand final?
Well, you know, that is a really tough one.
Okay. Well, who do you reckon is going to play in the grand final? Go on. Dockers?
No, I can't
you're a great
say.
supporter.
Don't
Eagles?
mention the F word. No way. Eagles
No
can
Fremantle. So who do you reckon is going to be there? Come on.
Geelong has to be there.
Geelong, yep. And who do you reckon
Geelong.
they'll be playing against?
You know what?
Carlton?
Carlton's a chance.
But who do you reckon? Here's your tip. Jesse's tip. Everyone's waiting out there to get your tip.
Okay.
Collingwood, maybe.
Collingwood lost to Geelong.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're even considerable for a contention.
Fair enough. Mick Malthouse is listening. So who do you reckon? It's going to be Geelong and who? Would you like to see the Dockers there?
I would love to see the
Well, let's just assume they're going to be there. And one more thing before we go to the break, Jess. How did you get the gig with the Sunday Times?
Well, I don't know that really. I think I got tracked down by the Sunday Times people.
Yeah.
I'm not an agency. People just track me down.
I know, because you're not really after TV work.
No.
You're just really good at what you do. They all want you.
I want it, but my mum doesn't. That's the only problem.
Well, can I get you to do me a favour? Give him a big round of applause. Jesse Dart. He's only 8 years old. He's a fantastic West Australian. He's a great talent. Can I get you to take this ball, Jess, and I'm going to hold the microphone for you.
Yeah.
And what I want you to do, can you kick us out to the break? I'll get you to jump down. I know this is live television. I'm going to stand behind you here, Jess. You can see my shorts on television. Can you kick that ball? Okay, I'll actually kick it that way. Kick it to the cameraman over there. All right? You just need him somewhere he didn't want to get. You want to pick it up again? We'll have one more shot. See if you can hand pass to one of our camera people. There you go. There you go. That was excellent. Jesse Dart, give him a round of applause. We'll be back with more of The Couch right after this break. Bitchin's coming up next.